Hello there, everybody. Shadows Alley here, and welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. Last episode, we had just got to the town of Sicil and talked to Ahu, who is a wizard shapeshifting cat that has given us some information. Before we did anything, I wanted to come over here and talk to, I think this guy right here. Guy's about the ship.
Hail the rain spirit. That was a fine display of magicianship it was. Or who knew what he was doing, bringing in a source hunter, didn't he?
How about that burning ship, sir?
I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the orc shaman set his fiery gaze on her sails. But you managed to rescue her from a watery grave. Closest thing to a miracle I've ever seen.
You got anything to say? He's got 9-inch nails. Aha, aha. Nice reference, guys. Alright. Ooh. There's a chest there. There's another destroyed ship. I wonder if these guys have anything. Fill up. Fill up. Fill up. Talk to me.
Our livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes, while we could do naught but look on.
What happened here?
These bleeding orcs, I can't keep off this place for the life of them. They came in here, slinging fireballs and swinging swords. Wasn't a thing we could do to defend ourselves.
Tell me about yourselves.
Well, we were merchants, what seems like a moment ago. With our ship sunk, we're little more than 3 men with nothing more to say than boo.
More to say than boo. They sound British to me. About finding work.
With our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. Slim pickings around here, that's for sure. Maybe you could keep an eye out, though.
Sure. I don't know why he keeps...
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
I don't know why he keeps defaulting on Shine's character as the default character. I'm sorry, folks, but I cannot do a female voice whatsoever. Female voice is just not good for me. It just doesn't work. What did we just find? We found a waypoint. Oh. We can now fast travel between Tranquil Beach and the harbor. Thank you. So you've discovered a waypoint. These allow quick travel between any of the waypoints you visited so far.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
There's the southwest gate where a lot of the orcs are gathering. From what Arthur said from the previous episode, we need to go into town and go to the Legion headquarters. Get permission to get into... There's another chest down there. Ooh, and there's a trapdoor to get to it. Welcome to Sicil. Still gotta figure out how to get more companions too. But I think that's a little bit later in the game. See, look at our map real quick. There's Esmeralda's there. There's a strange cave. Captain Arcus and Arthur Study. So we got to go out that way.
Let's see. Halibut.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow? There's nothing about borrowing fish. You're gonna take it. You're gonna eat it. It's not like you're gonna be able to give it back later. Come on.
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear.
Heavenly herring.
Are you in the habit of
I
stealing?
never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know.
This is going to be interesting.
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone, or everybody needs a hand now and then. Take the fish, none but us will be the wiser. Okay. Stealing is bad, regardless. I don't care what it is. It's a penny, still stealing. You know, penny's no big deal. A lot of people will be like, "Ah, it's no big deal." But it's the point. I'm gonna say the merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
And then Cheyenne, being the paladin class that she is,
Delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
I'm gonna pick. Let's see. Options are yes. You know what they say about giving man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own feet. That is the most justified answer ever.
Sheep's cheese? Tomato.
Go ahead with it.
You know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rumbling belly.
Be out of here.
Every man, you know.
Perfect for a fryer.
Are you just gonna stand there, lady? I don't think so.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path.
What did you think of that fish thief?
Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Surely, indeed, we do not need no thief at all. Thieves aren't gonna help us in this hard times in Sicil. This looks like I don't know whose house this is, but we'll investigate that later. I'm gonna try and stick to the important conversations, the most important people of all, and off camera I'll try to talk to people that are looks less of important. We did get a new trait, righteousness. If you have the righteous trait, leadership is increased by 1. If you got renegade, and if you picked to let him steal that fish, you would have got the renegade trait, which you got your pickpocket is increased by 1.
It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Burius. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright
Didn't I
side.
take
Everyone knows
leadership?
The ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of us.
Yes, I took leadership. Oh no,
In that
Cheyenne
case, you'll
took
have the
leadership.
pleasure of putting her down
Yes.
yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
The beast speaks. So you've half a brain behind that feral maul, have you?
The
cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it.
We'll leave those people alone for now. We want to go come in here and talk to these people. Knock knock. Anybody home? Anybody home? Oh, there's someone in here.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
Well, this guy's pretty douchey already. Tell me about yourself, sir.
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know.
Aureus.
Leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into drivelling hordes of their own misshapen number.
Let's discuss Jake's murder.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
Wow.
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town. Not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined. but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary.
Why do I have to report to you, man? You, you control the city guards. You're like, you think you're some big hotshot, but you're not.
The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
In regards to Jack's wife, Esmeralda.
Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
I'd like to ask you some additional questions.
If you must.
So your main problem is the undead?
Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all.
So, he is one sarcastic, rude douchebag. Like, literally, he just... Wow, we asked him a simple question, and he just goes off the wall. What, in your opinion, are the orcs doing on the beach?
I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
Long live the Legion! Arho tells me he suspects a sect might be working around Sicile.
Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
Let's change the subject, and I'll be taking my leave. So,
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Sorry, sir.
I wish for you to
Shell on the beach, we threw him back. That's completed, I think. Okay. Into the dark. Arho told us that there are more arcs to be found in the western beach near the entrance of an ill-omened camp.
Sorry, sir.
Don't pay attention to the
So our sorcerer's journey, we met with Arhu, the wizard capable of turning himself into a cat, or is vice versa. He told us to meet with Kevin Orias, to officers. We already did that. Three out-of-work sorcerers, Lucius, Max, and Philip, moaned the loss of their ship masters to find them work, and the mysterious murder. Our latest update is, we met with Captain Arias, who reluctantly gave us permission to visit the scene of Jack's murder in the King Crab Inn. This officer has a great dislike for sorcerers, but no matter, we are here to conduct investigation, not make new friends.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
These guys look like they're having issues, so let's kind of cut in and see what their conversation.
Who's that, then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
A curious situation you've got here. Is this woman in this cage under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Talia right in the face. She
Ooh,
did.
bitter.
It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Bit her in the face. Wow, just like pounce. I'm just gonna tear your face off. I'm so hungry. I'd rather eat your face than a rat.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
And what will become of this
Sorry,
admirably
sir.
strange stranger?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Perhaps it'd be worthwhile taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs. Or, we're here to hunt source, not play babysitter. Sorry, but we can't take responsibility for a stranger. So we can try to get her to join us, or we can just leave the situation alone. They say she's a they found her with a bow, so I'm wondering if she's an archer. An archer would be actually good. And if we take her with her, it would leave her and our source hunter capable hands to watch over her. Therefore, we could further determine if she is a threat to the city or not. So I think we should take her with us.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
Okay, Cheyenne's gonna be her all high mighty injustice for a thing. She's gonna go after all. A fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Sorry, sir.
So we have Bird Daughter.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind.
She's so strange.
In home forests, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
There is little in our world more valuable than the minds of men. It is the source of great beauty and much despair, and it's all is uniquely human. Oh, and then there's also, yes, as you've noticed, we are unpredictable species as likely to kill as to heal. It's best to be wary of those you meet for this very reason. I'm going with number 2. We may be unpredictable, but it serves one better to hope for the best than assume the worst. Like attracts like, after all. Indeed, or option 2, indeed, for all our progress, we are savage species at heart. Regard a human as you would a rabid animal ready to attack at any moment.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me. Even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold. Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have. And perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
Alright, so well, we got something. It looks like our daughter's bow is sitting over here, and we'll take the dagger as well. Go and give her bow back. Oh. And we have our next character, which is amazing. Now we now have a ranger class character with us, and she's automatically level 3. She's got ranger power stance, ricochet, and treat poison. Plus, she has the ability to use all of these arrows now. We have a place for all these arrows. So I'm going to go over to my to send all this stuff to her.
Get to signing recruits.
Sorry, sir.
We have now a place I'm actually... Now all we need is a rogue character. We have a pretty fit team. Give that to her.
Sorry, sir.
Ooh, she's one level higher than us.
Sir,
That's
no, sir.
quite interesting. We got fire, poison, steam, cloud, and a knockdown arrow. She come with any crafting? No, she's got
Sorry,
wood.
sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to signing recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew.
Alright, we got a new teammate. Let's look at our journal really quick. Fish thief, fire, guards on a bridge, orc fight, nothing. Alright, I say we go and head back off to... Actually, I say we go talk to Esmeralda really quick. She should be right here, yeah. Esmeralda's place is right over here. Still gotta keep a lookout and ear to the wall for a rogue type class character that completely outfit our characters. So looks like Esmeralda's shop. Aha. Hello, Miss Esmeralda.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
Well, let's just discuss your husband's murder before you go all defensive,
Like
woman.
I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches. I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same. Well, what do you want to know?
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Well, in place there is. She does sound pretty innocent, but we won't be for sure until we do a thing. So let's head off to the King Crab Inn.
Brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn.
Which is over here, right? Yep, King Crab Inn. Or, yeah, King Crab Inn.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Mendius.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
And you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
You're not worried about the undead out and about?
They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the fabulous five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop.
About the opportunity you mentioned.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Well, of course we do. We're source hunters. We get sent on all grand adventures despite what our master and order requests us to do. Of course I do. How would someone in my profession not?
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live
Quite
for.
right. Adventure is...
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Riches do not interest me much, actually, even though it does.
Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Nor me, well, it is but vanity.
Nor me. Well...
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. I bet that in your heart of hearts, your eyes water with joy when you discover yet another treasure during your travels.
It is true. It is true.
Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
There's no shame in following directions if your masters are worthy of your
There is
trust.
no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
True enough, we serve a just cause, so why wouldn't we follow our orders?
True enough.
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet's role. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
I mean, the Fabulous Five don't sound, very bad. I mean, we could earn extra cash to help us with this investigation. And why is this wall here so off? It's very strange. Tell me about the Fabulous Five.
The Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlong. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, If you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if
I'd like to
not,
enlist.
of
I mean, extra
course,
cash
of
is not going to be
course,
hard.
of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap, you're part of the family.
Let's just join the guild, better the world, earn a lot of gold, count me in. Even though they do sound too good to be true, they sound like to be faking, but we really don't know until we investigate it.
Join a guild, better the world, earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
You'd fall for this foolish scheme. Gods, you're gullible.
I've always wanted to join a real guild. Indulge me, okay?
I'm trying to get you out of a bad deal.
Rock,
don't you
paper,
see?
scissors. When a series of rock, paper, scissors matches to convince the other party put points into charisma to gain an advantage. Press space to skip the RPS. Well, we want to leave her as Justice. We want to leave Cheyenne in Justice because she's a paladin, but I am a wizard that, you know, uses every opportunity. We're gonna make him win. The rock paper scissors feature of this game works way better if you have two people playing, which you can do in split screen and co-op. Since we're doing a single player, I'm gonna kind of have to stay away from. So far, we are screwed. So I'm going to try and force him to win this argument. We're going to try to stay away from the whole rock, paper, scissors, because this is kind of cheating in a sense. Yeah, we're about to get screwed. Yeah. Cheyenne won the
Very well, have it your way.
Oh, how frightfully disappointing. How illogical and short-sighted of you. To deny the fabulous five. It is a crime against reason and
We still join anyways?
Oh, you return and humble me with your presence. Mendius, they called it.
Nope. Alright, everybody, that'll be the end of today's episode. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I will see you all in the next episode of Divinity Original Sin. Later, guys.